Hello, and welcome to another episode of Riding in Cars with Books. I'm Jaclyn.
And I'm Phillip.
And today we're going to be discussing A Song for You and I by Kay O'Neill.
Woohoo!
Look how shiny.
Cover's so pretty.
It is so pretty. And the naked cover's pretty.
Nudity.
So pretty.
The whole book's pretty.
The book is beautiful. If you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of Kay O'Neill. I have, as Phillip would call it, a shrine of all of their books, their games, their plushies,
Right.
their pens, everything.
Yes.
Tea Dragons.
The Tea Dragon Society.
Oh,
Yes.
so good. So, if you read Tea Dragon Society or The Moth Keeper, this next book is for you. So, what is it about? Rowan is a ranger. That is what they were always meant to be, the protector, someone strong. But when Rowan's own impulsive actions cause injury to their flying horse, whose name is Kestrel,
It is.
Rowan suddenly loses sight of who they are. Reassigned to the outskirts with the lackadasical shepherd Leone, Rowan isn't sure what the future holds. What if they weren't meant to be a hero? What else is there? And why does it seem like Leone, their new partner, might have the answers that Rowan has been looking for?
Da da da.
Yep. So, being their first year ranger, they have to do these missions basically, and they keep a journal of like all the plants. They just protect the lands.
Right.
Right?
Yep. They go on different missions. They protect the lands. You have your older rangers who are teachers. And they're all, I guess, really, it's not just the first year. They're getting ready to graduate.
Yeah, they're about to write their name on the stone, and that, like, solidifies that you're a ranger of this land. And so before the incident with the horse even happens, they get assigned to the meadows, and everyone else in the first year is making fun of Rowan, like, haha, that's so boring. But then their instructor...
All right, let's back up. So, Rose... at the time is actually, she's the top ranger.
Yeah.
But she gets assigned to the top, like, leader of the rangers. But because they have so much responsibility, Rose is kind of given more of a
more freedom,
administrative type role versus going out on more adventures because she's basically learned everything she needs to know.
I was about to get into that.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, I just don't want to make it seem like that she doesn't know what she's doing. That's Leon, or that's how Leon's perceived.
Yeah, definitely. Leon is a shepherd that just plays the violin and lets his sheep do whatever. And so one day when there's a storm coming, Rowan is like, I have to go get Leon. He's sitting out there playing his violin and the storm's coming. And then the horse gets injured, right. And they're like, well, because you did something bad, you have to help the shepherd do his wool deliveries. Right. And then they learn a lot about each other in that process.
Yeah, she basically went against the code and got her horse injured, which they are partners in this. And so instead of her actually getting held back a year because of the incident, they said, hey, you need to go do this and walk because your horse can't fly.
Yep. And it was days and days. So there's lots of adventures. They Leone has to play the violin for this festival, and then
lots of things happen.
Lots of things happen on their journey.
It's a book.
And Rowan wants to go by Rowan instead of Rose.
Right.
So this is Rowan. This is Leone. It was a beautiful journey. Kay O'Neill's books are just so quiet and soft and like a warm hug. The artwork is just so... it really feels like a warm hug. I just love it so much. What was your favorite part?
So my thing on this book is the same thing that I like about a lot of books. There's growth, right? And in this book, it's interesting because Rose and Leon had their own growth and their own challenges for what they were doing and why and how they acted and who they were. But the Pegasus was actually a third main character.
Yeah.
And the Pegasus also had his own issues because of his injury and how he had to overcome
Trusting
his
human.
trust issues. And if you've ever gotten yourself injured and you've had a major surgery or something's happened, you know, it's always kind of like, can I do this again? Can I run or what? And so the Pegasus was going through that. Also, like, there was a time where, yeah, you're healed, but like, do you really want to fly back up in the sky where you could fall and crash and hurt yourself again? And so I liked all those aspects because each one of them was a challenge, and they found people that they couldn't have overcome this challenge without each other.
Yeah.
Because of, once again, it's everyone else's expectations of you,
Yes.
versus
Your
and
own.
what you're trying to do to meet those expectations versus meet your own. And they all had that.
I love this scene of Kestrel starting to dance in the water, and then because they start dancing in the water, they fly. And it was like this big aha moment of like, oh, you're ready to fly again.
Well, it was a freedom moment, right?
Yeah.
Like it was a purely freedom moment of like dancing in the water, and then the ducks and geese start flying.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, once again, it's a freedom moment for them.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite thing about this book is the journeys that they take, that no matter how good you are at something or not good at something, it's people's expectations seem to hold everyone down versus just doing what feels good for you. And sure, it's easy to say, it's harder to do, but that's what this book was about to me. It was about that journey of, what expectations do you have? What do you want to be remembered for? Who do you want to be remembered as?
Yep.
And I love stories like that.
I think Kay said that a lot of themselves was in this story, like their journey. So it was a beautiful, beautiful journey, and I just wanted more. I didn't want it to end.
And like I said, there's 3 different journeys, like each character had their own journey to see there.
Converge to each other. And
right.
I like how like the last part is like, you can tell they're a little bit older.
They did do an epilogue at the end where they did, I'm going to say they probably did about a 10-year jump.
Yeah,
it looks like
it's a lot older.
Yeah, it's got to be at least a 10-year jump at
Rowan
the end.
has piercings,
right?
Like their mentor did.
Correct.
So,
So
I like the little glimpse of where are they now. Like they're friends or partners or whatever.
They're friends. They're still friends after all of this.
Yep.
They're probably closer friends than they were before, because once again they went through this journey together.
Leone's finally playing his violin in front of other people instead of just his sheep, and
which means he's not hanging around the sheep anymore.
And Rowan carved Rowan into the stone instead of Rose. So, because Leone was the only one that they told "Call me Rowan" to.
Right.
So that was a big moment too.
Yeah, it's like I said, I love stuff like this because it's great.
It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So beautiful. Just look how pretty.
But Faye O'Neill hasn't written or drawn a bad book.
No, never.
Like the art and the colors in this book is phenomenal.
And
like
I love,
it is.
Like there's so many pages with no words, and you're just like lost in the artwork.
Right.
Like,
yes, they do an excellent job of. Well, once again, it's why I love graphic literature and I love things like that, is because you can, as an artist, you can tell a full story without ever writing a word,
yep.
Right? And in here, there's lots of words, there's lots of story, but then there's times where
you don't need the words.
You like once again, why do you need a word of seeing a flying Pegasus with the geese in the air? When you get to that moment, you feel the joy, right?
Yeah.
Like there's just, the art can bring out the feeling in that, and I think that's what people forget.
Kay O'Neill is so good at that, and like I said, the art is just soft and comforting and so special.
And I think one of the 3 characters, and I'm including the Pegasus. I can't remember the Pegasus name you said at the beginning. Kestrel. I include Kestrel as that. Like I think everyone can relate to one of these 3 characters.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just flat out say that if you read it and go, well, I didn't relate to any of the 3, you're just lying. And I'll just call you out on it, because there's no way. There's no way that your life is that perfect. And if it is, then you just need to go somewhere else. I'm just telling you. Like it's 100% true. It's the way those three characters are written, you will 100% relate to one of them.
Or all three.
Or all three. Actually, there's
at one point in your life you've been all three of these characters, I guarantee it.
I know I have.
Yeah. So
I've even gone through the name change thing.
Phil?
Like I understand. I understand not wanting to have the name that everyone else expected you to have for your entire life. Like I get that. That's a whole different story. But
welcome to Philip's soapbox.
Yes. Yeah, I think this is almost a perfect graphic novel, right? For like the story and the art. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like
it's perfect for me.
Yeah. Like with the art, with the colors, with the story they're telling, with the actions, like it's all there. And once again, is there like some sad parts? There's always sad parts, right? There's got to be sad parts that have the happy parts, but at the end, it's all joyful. Is there challenges still there? Absolutely, but isn't there challenges everywhere, every day? But you always got to just keep moving forward, and as you move forward, things can get better, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
And you learn about each other.
Leone wrote Rowan a song.
Yes, and that was also a very
This book is wonderful. Highly recommend. A Song for You and I by Kay O'Neill. It is published by Random House Graphic. It is suitable for all ages. Anyone can read this book.
Yes.
And you should read it because it's beautiful.
Yep.
And shiny. And wonderful.
And you're welcome.
Thank you for joining our soapbox. Have a lovely day.
Bye.
See you next time.